Good morning and welcome to our Tuesday. I think it's a bit dark, so let's turn on the lights. Okay, so I'm already upstairs. I'm going to start preparing for lessons. Jacob is still eating his breakfast, and I want to share with you first what we did for language arts yesterday. So we're using Brave Writer for language arts this year. We are using their Dart level, and we've chosen Wish Tree as our first literature single for this year. So, yesterday, I had him copy a passage from chapter 1. This is week 1's copy work. And I just wanted to point out where I made a mistake yesterday. So I mentioned to him that when he copies this, he should indent this line as it is written in the book. And then I wrote a pilcrow. Then I realized I wrote it wrong. So I'm going to correct that with him later. And also, yeah, I missed an opportunity to discuss with him the difference between a homograph and a homophone. So actually, I'm going to discuss later the differences among homographs, homophones, and homonyms. So, because yesterday we had a lesson on homophones, and this is the example there, and there. But when I was teaching him, when I taught him the definition, I forgot to say that homophones are words that sound the same but are spelled different. Okay, so that's why he got a bit confused. He gave me cookie as an example for which is a word for a thing you eat, and also something that's present in websites. That's the example he gave. So that's actually a homonym. Words that sound the same are spelled the same but have different meanings. Homographs have the same spelling. That's why homograph, graph means to write. So they have the same spelling, and homophones have the same sound but different spelling. So we're going to work on that later. Okay, let's begin. Let's say our affirmation for this week. We are done praying and asking the Holy Spirit to guide us for today and for the rest of our homeschooling days. Let's say our affirmation, Jake.
I am part of nature, and nature is part of me.
Again. I am part of nature, and nature is part of me. Okay, I want to bring out the drawing you did yesterday. Percy, be quiet. Oh, before I forget, later you're supposed to make like a front page cover for your art book, okay? All right. What did you write there?
Red oak leaf, so crisp and high, you hear the secrets of the sky.
Percy, be quiet.
I am part of nature, and nature is part of me.
Okay, dated yesterday. Okay, and what was our story seed yesterday? We said that this is a leaf named Leora, okay, and she hears stories from the wind. Okay, what was the story she heard from the wind? What could be the stories that the wind brought to her?
Leora just said, let me listen. Wait, let me try to listen. Wait.
Okay, pretend.
She said, "Oh, I just got the news that a particular woman in the Philippines is happy with a new film that has the same plot as a book,
Okay, and what is that new film that's coming out?
Project Hail Mary."
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I'm anticipating the release of that movie.
Yeah, how about you sponsor them? No,
What do you mean?
like put a sponsor. Like, remember, you know how some people put brands.
Jacob, you have the silliest out of this world ideas. Okay. So anyway, just for context, um actually the book is there, right there. Project Hail Mary. I read that book early this year.
Yeah, it's about
And my husband gave that to me even before we knew that there was a movie coming out starring Ryan Gosling. So I'm looking forward to seeing that movie.
it's about microorganisms eating the sun.
Don't spoil it for them. So anyway, so that is what Leora heard today. Okay, I can't wait to hear what she heard from the wind tomorrow. The stories that the wind brought for her tomorrow. Okay?
Cool.
But I'm so amazed because you continue on imagining that a red oak leaf all the way in North America hears stories coming from the Philippines. Okay, we're going to rewatch some episodes from the first reconciliation catechism lessons. Okay, so I think we've watched this, but let's watch this. Actually, let's watch the first one of season 2. Okay, remember we've already watched the whole of season 1. So let's start season 2 again.
Mom,
Okay,
how many seasons are there?
lots. Look.
What?
It's up to
12
season 12.
seasons?
Yeah. This is a very good catechism program from Dynamic Catholic. Okay, so the videos are quite short, and Jacob loves watching these.
Today we're going to talk about choices. One of the greatest blessings God has given you is the ability to choose. We call this free will. Free will is the gift God gives us. You what to do. But every day you exercise your free will in dozens of ways. You decide if you're going to listen. You decide if you're going to be kind. You decide if you're going to do your very best at everything you do.
Okay, so it was a short video, only over 3 minutes long, and yet it was very impactful and it taught us a lot of things. So, what advice did Ben give to the kids when making decisions?
You can say no with God, and you can say yes with God. Well, but while you're making your decisions, you should think to yourself, would my dad want me to say yes to this, or would he want me to say no to this?
Okay, so what he is saying is that you should involve God in every decision, whether big or small. Okay?
Yeah.
Whether it's continuing to play your video game even though it is so late already and you need to sleep. Remember, when you make good decisions, you are also loving yourself. When the kid in the video decided to stop the game so he could get sleep, he is loving himself because he is choosing to be healthy, okay, and be responsible. So we need to include God in all our decision making. It could be as simple as getting another candy, even though you already had your
12?
your limit. 12 is too much. You know, it's choosing the healthy option. It's choosing the safer option.
Or the vomit options.
Not the vomit option. That's gross. Okay? So God has given you the ability to make choices because you have free will. Okay? So Ben and Sarah discussed how to make good decisions because good decisions lead to happiness. Okay, yesterday we started day 1 of our Bible study on prayer from Not Consumed. And Jacob, you said that you believe that prayer works, and you shared what you usually pray about, which are to have good dreams, for the healing of your loved ones, and a good life. And you pray before sleeping and before major meals. You should always pray anytime you are going to eat, okay? All right, because you are putting a blessing over the food that it may not harm you. Okay, and also thanking God even for the small snacks. You should do that. Okay,
Even one.
even one. Just say a simple thank you for this, Lord. Okay, it's not just during major meals. We always remind you that. Okay,
All meals are major meals.
yeah. All meals are an opportunity to fill your stomach, and that's not something that everyone in this world gets to do. Okay, a lot of people don't get to eat 3 times a day. Sometimes they don't even get to eat at all. That's why we always need to be thankful. Okay, so let's dig deep into this topic and see what the Bible says about prayer. So the first verse that will teach us more about prayer is Psalm 34:17. Can you read what Psalm 34:17 says? Are we on the right page? Okay. There.
When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles.
Okay, we're back to our science memory work. Can you answer that, Jake? What are the classifications of living things?
Domain, kingdom, order. Domain.
It's okay. Go. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Again, go. What are the classifications of living things? Don't.
The classifications of living
No.
things are
I want you to try it on your own.
Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species.
Yay! Good job. Okay.
Yeah.
domain,
Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family.
genus, species.
Okay. Maybe one thing to help you remember it is just think of the first letter of each word. DKP COFGS. DKP COFGS. DKP COFGS. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Okay?
Do it then.
DKP COFGS. DKP COFGS. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Those are the classifications of living things. Okay? Let's move on to
Week one.
English.
A preposition. A preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word.
A preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word. Can you say that?
Preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word.
Good. Again. A preposition.
A preposition is a word that connects a noun or pronoun to another word.
See? Not even 5 seconds and you're already changing some words, okay? A preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word, okay? Memorize that. Okay? Let's look at our
Week one.
geography.
Fertile Crescent, Mediterranean Sea,
Ah.
Mesopotamia, Euphrates River, Tigris River, Sumer.
Okay, we're going to continue with week 1 of Wish Tree. Okay? First, we are going to do spelling. Spelling booklet. Okay? I want you to spell these words that I'm going to say. Ready? Okay. It's good that you pointed that I need to cover the verse first, or just face me. You can't go to the other side of the table, please, so that you don't.
But I'll be caught on camera.
No, it's okay. You won't be caught on camera.
Stick your stud in there.
It's okay. Okay. Don't look at the board, okay? I want you to spell the following words. Ready? Number 1. The word is delightful. Delightful. Birds, they're delightful. No cheating.
Okay.
Go. Rain! Go, Jake!
That was so sudden.
No, it wasn't. It's been dark since kanina pa. Okay.
And then, no, first there was no rain, then suddenly there was a lot of rain.
Delightful. Okay. Done?
Yeah?
Your next word is grumpy.
That's obvious. That's so obvious.
That's easy, you mean. Alright, look here. Look here, please. Delightful is spelled correctly. Okay? What are the silent consonants in that word?
G8.
Yes. Can you spell grumpy to me orally? Can you spell grumpy to me?
Grumpy. Grumpy. Grumpy.
Okay, that is spelled correctly. However, can you look at your letter U? It almost looks like an A. So please fix that, okay?
Okay.
Terrible is spelled correctly. Didn't is a contraction, spelled correctly. Minute, which you were messing around with, is correct. It's not N-I, okay, but N-U. Honorable is spelled correctly. Neighborhood. Neighborhood.
Not really much.
Weird. Well, actually, let me check if it is okay to spell it with. Hold on.
That's a lot of letters. It's one.
Okay. Well, it says on the internet that you can actually spell neighborhood with the U. Okay? And this is Commonwealth English, but without the U, it is American English. So neighborhood is acceptable. This spelling is acceptable. Okay? Centuries. Oh, I already saw that you made a mistake here. Ooh. I already saw that you made a mistake here. How do you make a word that ends in Y, plural? How do you make a word? Go! How do you make it plural? Correct that.
Sorry.
That's alright. Okay.
Century.
Remember your rule. Oh, you remember your rules? Okay. Jakey. When you... Stop.
Wait, I'm just trying to protect it. That's all.
When you have a word that ends in Y and you will want to make it plural, drop the Y, add
Okay.
I, and ES. Got it?
Okay, I should
It's okay. You can try again some other time. Okay. Day 2. I would like to point out some things that I was mistaken on. Okay?
I know one thing, the direction that the Pilcrow is facing.
Correct. You caught that. Okay? So, just to remember, even though we don't use the Pilcrow in everyday writing, like when we actually write and start a new paragraph, we don't put the Pilcrow before it. Okay?
Mom, I knew that you were wrong because of the silence when you saw that the Pilcrow was facing left.
No, I'll just double check to make sure as to how it looks like. But I already knew I made a mistake yesterday. So what does a Pilcrow look like? It's the reverse E. Okay?
Yeah, with 2 lines.
Yeah. Sometimes it looks like that. And sometimes it's shaded like that.
Oh.
Okay?
Cool.
What's the spelling of Pilcrow? Pilcrow.
Cool.
Pilcrow. Words that are spelled the same, they sound the same, but their meanings are different.
Chip.
Chip. Okay.
Like as in a chip as another food, but as and also chip as in brain chip or something.
Brain chip. Okay. Are
Nitro
you
chip.
hungry? Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think about snacks.
Okay. But you know that chip is a small device that you implant. Chip is a food. Chip is also like a small break in glass or something.
Ah, yes,
Or ceramic, right?
Like the ones
Okay.
here.
What else?
This is really hard for me. What else is that, Mom?
Live and live.
Ah, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Live as in live free, and live as in live action.
Or reporting live from California. A thief has just stolen the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay. What else? Other examples of homographs. Tear and tear.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Tear as in when you cry. A tear forms in your eyes. And tear is what? A rip.
Yeah, a rip.
Okay?
What?
I'm gonna draw it. And you guess it.
Okay. Ah, C.
C and C. How about?
Oh, deer. Ow.
Oh, what? Give me the spelling.
Deer, as in DEAER, as in deer mats. I want to come over to your house. And deer, as in the animal.
Yeah, that's right. How about this?
I have
Okay.
an idea.
Oh.
Give me a shot.
Okay.
Okay, wait, let me see. Wait, pause. On. Okay, P.
No, go.
Wait.
What is that? What are you drawing? What is that?
This is a fawn,
Uh-huh.
an FAUN, a Greek mythological, mythological character.
And?
It's this is a half goat, half man.
Uh-huh.
Half man, half goat. And this is a fawn, FAWN,
Okay.
as in a baby deer.
Okay.
Good one,
Go
right?
back. Yeah. Okay. So you know the difference now. Okay? Homograph, homophone, homonym. And this one, there,
Or fold.
There, Jake, let's go. Let's focus here now. There, and there are homophones. Okay? Now, let's study adjectives even more. What are adjectives? Okay, this is excuse me.
My sneeze smells like chicken noodle soup.
That's gross. Okay, can you tell me what an adjective is?
An adjective is a word that describes a noun.
Okay, an adjective is a word that describes a noun or tells more about a noun. Okay? Sometimes adjectives come before the noun, but they don't always have to be, it doesn't always have to be like that. Sometimes they come after linking verbs. Okay? In this example, look here. Actually, we've run out of
Clean
of-
shops.
of space. Look at this example, Jake. Terrible gossips. Okay? In this example, the adjective came before the noun. Okay? But in this example, they're delightful. The adjective comes after a linking
pronoun.
verb.
It's a pronoun.
This is a pronoun, but if you expand this sentence, diba, it's they are delightful. That's what it becomes.
Yeah.
If you're not using the contraction, this becomes they are delightful. Okay?
Okay.
So the adjective can come after the linking verb are.
Kanin ni Jacob.
I cooked chicken caldereta for lunch. But it looks like a fritada because it does not have green olives. And it looks red-orange. I hope it tastes good. Jay, come on, let's eat. What is that? My sus. It is 3:14, and believe it or not, we just finished lunch because that's really how late we usually have lunch here at home. Okay? But I'm gonna try to change that anyway. This is Jacob's finished activity for learning language arts through literature. And then we will continue with our history and art, and I just want to show you his language arts binder. A while ago I laminated and placed these language handbook this language handbook inside. I got this from Evan Moore. I didn't know that at the back of the grammar and punctuation workbook they have a language handbook that you can detach so that the kids can refer to this. So that would be helpful. Okay, I'm gonna load laundry first. Okay, so we're heading out just outside
I'm really
in the front lawn to photograph a spot in on our front lawn that we will be following for the next maybe couple of weeks. Okay, go. How about these mushrooms? You wanna photograph this and see how many mushrooms pop out after 2 weeks?
Yeah, sure. Oh, is that a bee?
Looks like a ladybug.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and it's pretty good. I tried weeding this garden, but then I freaked out and thought, there's I think there's going to be.
These are the mushrooms we have.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 mushrooms already. Do you think we can eat them?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
The weeds are growing much faster because of the rain.
And I'm getting wetter and wetter every second. Whoa, Mom, there's worms on the wall.
So even outside, you can see how tall the napier grass has grown.
Mom,
Yeah, yeah. We are about to start with our world history lesson, and we're going to use core knowledge, history and geographies lessons on ancient India. But before that, we are going to read from Tales of India, folk tales from Bengal, Punjab, and Tamil Nadu. Today, we're going to read The Bear's Bad Bargain, and Jacob will narrate the story afterwards.
POV.
POV narration, okay. The Bear's Bad Bargain. Once upon a time, a very old woodman lived with his very old wife in a tiny hut close to the orchard of a rich man, so close that the boughs of a pear tree hung right over the cottage yard. Now it was agreed between the rich man and the woodman that if any of the fruit fell into the yard, the old couple were to be allowed to eat it. So you may imagine with what hungry eyes they watched the pears ripening and prayed for a storm of wind or a flock of flying foxes or anything which would cause the fruit to fall. Okay, we're gonna do history now, world history, and we're using core knowledge's history and geography program for that. So we are starting with ancient India because last year we took up ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. So we're starting with ancient India, and alongside this curriculum, we're also going to be reading from Story of the World. We've already started this way back, but we will just go over the sections corresponding to the lessons from core knowledge. What I like from core knowledge is that it gives a very good overview of history, and at this stage, the students, well, I believe the student does not need a deep dive into it, but a general overview and familiarity with historical events. And we also try to read books, living books, stories based on that time period or the topic. And for this one, I have here on my laptop the teacher guide, while Jacob will be reading from the iPad with a student reader, so that I can guide him, as I am also guided by the lesson plans for the teacher. The student guide, so this is how the teacher guide looks like. Okay, while the student guide simply looks like this. Okay.
Facts?
Are fossils counted as artifacts? That would be no, because artifacts are objects made by people. So fossils are not made by people. Fossils are fossils.
So are you saying are you saying that the Statue of Liberty is also an artifact?
Well, it will be an artifact
But not an ancient one.
in hundreds of years. Okay, let's look at this, at some of the pictures here. This is History of the World in 1,000 Objects. Let's look for, oh, see, the enigma of the Indus civilization.
But
See this one? It kind of looks like this one here. Is it the same?
yeah.
See that? Okay.
Yeah, the jewelry shown is also the
Oh,
same.
this one is also the same.
I was also like to point out that I think the Statue of Liberty is also an artifact because you know it was built decades ago, probably even centuries ago.
Okay, let's just show them some of the pictures here. So again, what is this place?
That is Mohenjo-daro.
Mohenjo-daro. And where do we find Mohenjo-daro now? In
In a small area previously a small area in India. We now call that area modern Pakistan.
Okay, so Mohenjo-daro, which used to be part of ancient India, is now in modern-day Pakistan.
Now I know that this orange spot over here is Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey,
Okay, for our last activity, we are going to use this book as a reference, Discovering Great Artists. And for our first activity, it will be the very first one, which is inspired by Giotto. Okay, so we will be making egg paint using colored chalk, egg and some water, paintbrush and paper. Okay, so before that, let's read a bit about Giotto di Bondone.
okay, after we read this,
Okay.
can I go downstairs and get some eggs?
I will get the supplies
I want to
downstairs.
get the
Okay,
eggs.
sige, you can help me. You can help me gather them. Let's put them in a tray, okay? So when Giotto was a young boy tending sheep in the mountains of northern Italy, he drew pictures to help pass the time. The traveling artist discovered Giotto's drawings and offered him an apprenticeship. There, Giotto learned how to make paintbrushes and art tools, which minerals could be used to create different colors of paint, and worked on drawings and small parts of paintings. Okay, I need you to read the instructions, the process.
Break off small pieces of colored chalk and grind them into powder in an old bowl with a round rod.
Okay,
Note: avoid breathing the chalk powder.
so we will just use this like mallet to pound the chalk. And then we need to put the yolk in a clean bowl and mix it with 2 tablespoons of water and whip it. So we need to make an egg water mixture. Hold on. We need to pound that on a sheet of paper. Okay, we have yolk mixed with water. This is not egg white, that's just the yolk. And over here, Jacob is pounding the chalk.
Ow.
Ow. Okay, now we have our pulverized chalk. Okay, we only have 5 colors. We have paint palettes and our egg yolk mixed with water. Now what we're going to do is mix the chalk dust with our egg white. So I'm gonna start putting them here, like for example there, and I want you to put a little bit of that here, like this. Okay,
And then just mix it.
and then just mix it, and that's your paint.
Whoa.
We're gonna put some more.
Put all of it. I think you need to put all of it.
Okay. Oh, we need pala. Can you hold this first? Hold this first. I
Sure.
need to get water to rinse our. Did you mix it well? Okay. Now we have water. And then let's rinse it first. Okay.
Can I also rinse my hands?
No! And then the next color, let's put our blue. Let's put the darker colors here. Can you add the egg water? So that's our egg tempera paint. Mix it.
I think we're the one to end up with green.
Nice.
Yeah. I think we're the one to end up with green.
With?
Green.
We're not.
Oh, you're right.
Wow, I didn't know you can make paint with egg.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. I didn't know you could make paint with that too.
Oh, see, on the paper, Jake, the blue is so different from the green, right? The blue came out very different from the green.
Stumbled into a mess.
Sorry, we didn't see them.
Oh, we were looking for a lost bird.
Not to worry, my friends. I am happy to have visitors. It takes a long time to do this work. Benvenuti. My name is Giotto.
My name is Maddie, and this is Dada. We're artists too.
You like my frescoes, see?
These are called frescoes?
It is what we...
Okay, what's your painting about again?
My painting is about a very nice flower that is surrounded by lots of colorful buds in a red and yellow sky.
Okay, and that ends our homeschool for today.
Wow!
It is now 5:45 and we're going to prepare for dinner. See you on our next vlog.